sharp expressions and timings. You can see a lot of that stuff in This Is a Life and in Showbiz Bugs, particularly Daffy's expressions. They're beautiful, beautiful drawings.
Art Davis was great on action, wild stuff, you know. He was very broad. I'd have to tone him down.
Go ahead, scratch me. I dare you to scratch me.
That isn't funny. It's a hurt gag, but the way it comes out, you laugh at it.
Virgil Ross, he would give a lot of the very three-dimensional acting scenes too. Virgil could turn the characters around in a very, very convincing three-dimensional way.
You know, Virgil was a great animator for personality. He could play a piano and he could do those things.
In that Yosemite Sam picture with Bugs where he slaps Yosemite Sam's face with a glove, that's all Virgil stuff. And very beautifully done.
And Bugs, before he goes into his walk, he gets kind of a little cocky and sort of thing. Then he makes a turn, and with his eyes closed, looking up as if this is a cinch, you know, nothing can happen to me. But they liked the way I did that, and that's one of the best things I think I did like that.
If you've ever looked at Virgil's originals, they're very sculpted, you know. He really worked hard to get the construction of the heads right and where the shoulders are placed and the hats and all the stuff that's very difficult to draw.
I want you, baby. Your eyes, your lips. Come with me to the Casbah. We'll make beautiful music together.
Friz didn't like to do background layouts or even detailed character layouts. He'd let Holly Pratt redraw most of his roughs.
I would work rough and turn it over to Holly, and he'd finish it up. If there was anything wrong, he'd correct it. I'd just pose it, rough pose, and Holly would take it over.
Pratt was Friz Freling's only layout man. He depended on Pratt for his style.
Well, he added a lot to my work. I mean, he plussed it.
Noble knights of the round table.
Because it's funny, like, if you see Friz's roughs for anything, he always kind of drew like the 1920s. He still drew like he was working on Oswald or Crazy Cat or something. If he drew a mouse, it was a 1920s mouse with little round dots for eyes and a long nose. And somebody else would change it into a more constructed mouse with a color set between the eyes and sculpted ears and everything. But the idea was always there.
Friz, I think, was very good at analyzing exactly what each one could do the best, and obviously that's what he wanted them to do. It's to his advantage, and he made it nice for the animators, too.
All of them are subscribing to what Friz wants as a director. You have to hit that note, you have to hit that beat. It's only going to take 3 frames to slam into the wall, so on and so forth. The timing and the staging is all Friz's.
That's him. That's that coward-chewing wascal.
I think he adored Bugs, of course,
You're getting warm again.
and liked the way he particularly interpreted Bugs.
No, you're getting colder. Colder.
I think that Friz was more concerned about possibly the development of newer characters. And that's how we came across Tweety.
I saw a Putty Cat. I did saw a Putty Cat.
Hello, breakfast.
Clampett had done a couple of them with Tweety, and I had done a cartoon with Sylvester and a little woodpecker prior to that. He wasn't really Sylvester at that time, but it was a cat. And about the time I started to do this one with the woodpecker, Clampett left. And then I thought, hell, you know, I don't want to use that woodpecker. I'll use that